this week's live, guys, live men's locker room talk. This is a show that we have every week because we want to help women and men understand the reason and the value for our campaign called Justice for My Jewel. This week, I'm grateful to have as my guest, and we have another one coming on shortly, but I'm grateful to have this young man, Abdul Muhammad, as my guest this week. And Abdul is going to share with us, as we're in the locker room this week, what attracted him to this campaign. Abdul is going to share with you all what made the decision easy for him to go this direction full force with this campaign. As a matter of fact, he has even told me that he has some family members fully on board with him. Welcome this week, Abdul. Talk to us a little bit. Tell us where you're from, a little bit about yourself, and what attracted you to this campaign.
Well, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Hall. I mean, this is amazing. I just want to thank you for having me, and I'm just ready to get to it. For the most part, I was inspired to join Jewel after having been exposed to the other opportunity a while back with the other previous company. It's unfortunate that it didn't work out, but I'm very glad that Mr. Crump stayed the course and that he was able to power through all the negativity to bring forth something that the world really needs. My background is pretty simple. I've never really been a part of a network marketing company. Nevertheless, a campaign as big as this, but I was pretty inspired. Actually, the first video I ever saw was the one when he was in the hotel and he had did the demonstration. And to be honest, I really didn't understand what was going on. I mean, I understood that women go through what they go through, but I never really got it from that perspective. The moment that hit me was when I went to a live demonstration and I saw women who were very open and honest and they were crying. And I was like, whoa, all these tears in the public. And they were saying terms that I never had heard because I thought it always was supposed to be pain involved with that. And there was women who were they was crying and tearing up, and I said they're not afraid. And the thing about me is, I was kind of expecting at least a little bit of shame or embarrassment, but no embarrassment. They was letting it all out, and so I was very happy to be a part of that. And I just had to jump on it only because when some of the examples were given, it only made me think back to a personal moment I've had with my girlfriend on vacation, in which our vacation was kind of limited to the hotel for a few days on spring break, and that kind of just sucked. But she was having the menstrual things going on, and I had to end up calling her mom, which ended up getting me some brownie points in the end, because you go and you get the stuff, the medicine, the juices, and all that stuff, and you just sit and you chill. So it was pretty amazing to join Jewel, and especially to take this to the world in a way where I really like the mission statement. We can make sure that no younger woman has to ever even know about the pain that her mother went through. So that's kind of what brings me joy in this.
Now, I'm super excited this week in particular to have you on. And the reason is we normally have, a group of men, ages 30 and up. And tell us
Yes,
your
sir.
age, Evan.
I'm 22. My birthday was just on
22
June
years
5th.
old. 22, but you are fully aligned with this campaign and very smart,
Yes, sir.
very intuitive, very, up to date on what's happening with, this project. And you got drawn in from personal experience with your girlfriend, but you took it further. You decided, nah, I don't want to just help her. I want to help other women. What would you say to young men your age that would let them understand the value of what you see to get them to see this campaign from the true standpoint that we see it?
Honestly, they would have to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that we can avoid the painful reality of some of the hypocritical companies that say they're out for our comfort, they're out for our money, they're out for all these things. And you can be at a pivotal point in that to make sure we can end those types of dirty business practices. Not to mention, you have an opportunity to extend if you join with your friends, with your family. This is an avenue that you could really take to the hood. And for those people who sell drugs, who sell those type of things, you can finally come to them with an actual alternative and say, look, you can put that down. And since you're selling stuff anyways, here's something you can sell. That way you can go ahead and build a real residual income that you don't got to be looking over your shoulder all the time. That was the main thing I saw because there was a lot of opportunity. And then this is just a launching pad for whatever else you can conceive, because now you're building relationships and helping people in real families. These are real problems that you're really solving.
Right, right. Now, you're in Atlanta, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. In terms of the sphere of people that you can reach, what would you say to someone looking on and saying, well, I don't know a lot of people, and this is all new to me, and I need to learn all the information about this campaign. Would you say to them, wait a few months and see what's happening? Or would you say, the women's health are at risk and we need to do something about it now? What should we do as men, whether young, middle aged, or old, in terms of where you're located? Does it matter where you're located? What would you say to these men?
Absolutely not. The very first thing I would say is get with somebody who's already doing it. Get with a mentor of some sort. You can start immediately. It's nothing more than sharing two links. One for information, that's the video, and the second so they can go and make a purchase. You can get started immediately from anywhere, any location at any time. The main thing is just to overcome whatever type of shyness you have going on with you, and also to understand and empathize that this is really not a sale. If you just come with the right spirit and the right heart and you start educating women on like what's going on with them, they're going to understand that you know what's going on with them and that you actually have something that can provide them not just comfort but the care that they need.
And that's where I want to really pinpoint our conversation this evening in the locker room. We're in the locker room talking men talk, and one of the main things that really pushes me to move forward is to see the woman comfortable, Abdul, to see that they're no longer hurting. You know,
Right,
uh,
right.
there are many meetings that we're keeping across the country right now where we're bringing to light the issues that face our women and the resolution. We have a solution to the
Absolutely.
problem. Um, Now, from that standpoint, having meetings going on all across the country, would you encourage people to go to these meetings, or would you just say the video is enough? What would you tell these men?
For men, I would say definitely go to the meetings so you can see the reality. Plus, I personally, as a man, would go to the meetings, or I would encourage anybody in my family, which we have been to the meetings, because you need to see the reality of what happens when it does work, and that'll give you the motivation to overcome the shyness. When you're talking to a woman about it, if you don't have the right approach, if this is all new to you, you're going to mess up. You're going to fumble because you're going to approach it as a sale as opposed to the actual campaign. And so if you come in the name of the campaign, you let them know what's going on and how you can solve it, then it's no longer a sale. You're just fulfilling a need. And from there, you actually are more welcome. You're more embraced. They might even tell you, hey, come talk to my mom. Hey, come talk to whoever. And you really should go to those events just because you can see real tears, like I say, in real events. They're giving real scenarios, even sometimes out of the ordinary, which is where some women may give testimonies to where they're putting pads in their shoes and it's solving problems that it was not originally designed to solve. So I would definitely encourage to go because you get that in-depth information, and plus it's a conversational tool. So I wouldn't necessarily walk up to any stranger and say, "Hey, I've been to this event, yada yada yada." But when they provide you the information, you now have something to pull from within your own conversation to make you more personable.
That's right. Now, again, I am really, really excited this week to have you on because I'm telling you, man, your smarts is off the
I'm glad to
charts,
be here, sir.
and I appreciate the fact I listened to what you said earlier about being on that trip with your girlfriend and how she was cooped up in the room for a while.
Yes.
Now, at this juncture, right? If you could do this all over again, you know about Justice for my Jewel. You know about Jewel.
Yes,
What would
sir.
you be doing with Jewel now, with her, and what would you be doing with Jewel moving forward?
Well, now that I know about Jew, it's definitely something I would have promoted, especially because my popularity in school was pretty decent. People knew me just because I was the wrestling captain, so the influence kind of stretches. And as long as you understand how networking works, you don't have to talk to everybody. You just talk to the right people, key people that would talk to other people. Some people are followers, some people are leaders, but some people are more motivated by what they see going on. So it's kind
Right.
of you just deal with the right people. In particular, with my girlfriend, she's actually using the product now, and so I'm just in a good place, in good space at all times.
So let me ask. I gotta ask you, man. You know this is a locker room. We bring
Yes,
out
sir.
questions here that are tough to ask. She's been using the product. How has she been feeling on the product?
She loves it. She loves it. She has pretty much the same similar testimonies that other women have, whereas they forgot about
Wow.
it. And because she's my girlfriend, luckily I was able to convince her to try, it for a day or at least a work day. To just put it on during the work day and just keep it. And the results are phenomenal. They don't really have to change. And I was really glad. What I was hoping for was that she would tell me, I forgot about it. And I didn't notice it until I went to the bathroom, until such and such. That way, we can kind of, when we're really talking to people, let them know, hey, the reason that the other or the competitors may have 60 or 90 in a box is because they expect you to use those. Whereas we only expect you to use just this for your time period. And plus, some testimonies even say that it's been cut short. We can't necessarily promote that, but I want you to know it is a real reality that's happening right now. So
Wow.
she loves it.
That's amazing. Now, let me tell you right now, we're going to call back in you in the near future to get her testimony because we want people to understand that we're not just here in the locker room just talking for talk's sake. We
Right.
want to make changes. We
Absolutely.
want to help our women. We are our women's keepers. And,
Say that
ladies
again.
and gentlemen, I want y'all to take a look at what's going on this evening. We have a young man that is 22 years old, sharp as a tack. You see that dress? Let them see your shirt. Come on, let them see you more.
There
Look
you
at that.
go.
The man is sharp to the bone. But here's the point, it's not just about how sharp he is, it's about how sharp he is here because he understands the value of what our women mean to us. He understands the value of what we're trying to achieve. He understands the value of the nature of the campaign and what our women go through and what we're trying to do for them. We want you all to help us help them. This is where we come every Sunday and we just have a locker room talk with men to discuss the things that are affecting our women as it regards to the campaign that we're on, Justice for My Jewel. And we were so glad this evening to have Abdul from Atlanta with us. And here's the thing, guys. He's at an event for family. He took time away from that event to go to a corner in the hotel just to make sure he could be on this program. And I'm grateful that he made it on because here's the thing. Now you know that no matter what age you're at, as a man, that we can be a meaningful part of this campaign.
Yes, sir.
Abdul, appreciate you for coming on and for sharing from the heart,
Thank you,
sharing your
sir.
experience. And man, we're looking forward to talking with you more in the near future.
Yes,
You have
sir.
an amazing rest of the evening, and thanks for taking the time from family to come talk with us in the men's locker room.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it. It's
Uh,
been an honor.
Same here, man. Take care, my brother.
Yes, sir. You as well.
All right, you too. Thanks. So,
Peace.
guys, this is Wayne Hall from Orlando, Florida. We are grateful that we were able to have Abdul come on. We are trying to get our friend Byron Vaughn out there in Nebraska to come on with us as well so that he could share his perspective. This is a young man who is super, super, super excited, like Abdul is, about the campaign. And we're trying to see if we can get him connected. We were having a little glitch getting him live, but you know how we do it here in the locker room. We don't quit. We do not quit because it is the very reason why we are able to stay so strong with the campaign because we're not giving up on our women. So hopefully in the next 10 seconds or so, we should see Byron coming on. Byron, are you out there yet? All right. Now, if we can't get Byron on this evening, we're going to have to try to get him on next week. But what I can tell you is that we are grateful that you all are tuning in to make us men feel that we're doing a good job. Ladies, encourage the men that appear on this program, encourage the men that are part of this campaign, encourage the men that are not a part of this campaign to get involved because we're doing a good thing. And your encouragement only spurs us on further to continue to fight for you all. Remember, ladies, We're not having these problems that you're having, but we're feeling them because you're the mothers of the nation. We are to protect you. We are to elevate you. And we need your help to elevate us so we can do more along the lines of what this campaign is about. We're going to sign off, but we're asking you to spread the word about this campaign. Spread this video, spread this link to every man and woman you know across the United States. Let this information go out about what we're trying to do via the Justice for My Jewel campaign. My name is Wayne Hall out of Orlando, Florida. I was a realtor for 20 years. This campaign has now taken my entire attention. I'm grateful for those of you who are a part of it, who will be a part of it, and for all our leaders who make this campaign. God bless. Talk soon.